YouTube! Master Duel sucks. But you didn't hear it from me. This is rhyming styles react, or rant video, I suppose, here, talking about Master Duel. I have grinded all the way through gold this morning after not playing for 3 seasons. So I don't have a lot of experience really with Master. I haven't played ranked in a while now. But let's see what we're still crying about. We all love a little bit of Dharma.
It's finally my turn to make a video like this, and I'm gonna get right to the point because the last 4 times I recorded this, I talked for like 20 minutes, and I'm trying to make it as clear and as short as possible because attention span.
Has Rhyme
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master
heard
Duel
of an editor?
is dying, and we cannot ignore it anymore. Like, look at this data. This game has been on decline since it came out, and we're using
look at
Steam
this
specifically. And I want to point out that this does not speak for the entire player base, because for all you know, this game is thriving on PlayStation and Xbox. I just don't have the data, but
it's thriving on PlayStation, trust me. So Master Duel has dipped from, so last time I saw this, it was at 12,000 average players last. August it was about 13.8. September it dipped to 12.3. It looks like it's climbed back up a little bit. When was the Mitsurugi release? Was it September or was it this month? Mitsurugi release was this month, wasn't it? So an entire new pack has been dropped, and usually new packs you see like these spikes here, right? Like look at this, February 2025 this year, 55% player base spike, which was, what deck was that? I think that was Ryzeal or Malice. I think it was Ryzeal, right? So you usually see like huge spikes and stuff, but over the last 30 days, this is the smallest spike we've seen in forever. 8% spike for a new pack. That's basically nothing. People came back for BES. Yeah, true.
I can see the numbers here and see a constant decline.
But obviously it doesn't give the full picture because, as you guys are aware, that Master Duel has most of its active player base on mobile, which isn't really tracked. You can't see active users on the Play Store, whatever platform is measured via the Japanese client, for example, Asian markets, etc. That's all very hidden, and we don't actually know the numbers behind it, so we can only really look at the Steam charts. It's the most clearest, obvious, basic way to see player activity, at least for people who use Steam, which, you know, is not a full picture of Master Duel's player base. But anyway, overall, you can see the trend is downwards.
Right, and obviously, it's enough to spark some kind of conversation. So at any point, if you want to add on to this, feel free to let me know down below, whether it be why you left, why you choose not to play the game.
What does Japan use on desktop to play Master Duel? Is it Steam?
Like the
I don't think it is.
Master Duel and how to make it better.
Is it?
I think it's a good thing. Even though I think it's falling on deaf's ear, and no matter what we say, nothing's going to change. But hey, we can at least say we tried. All right, let's start. Master Duel, honestly, is one of the coolest ideas.
That's one of the most frustrating things, by the way, is like it doesn't feel like they listen. Like, of all of the feedback people have given for Master Duel, I can't really think of specifically something that, because obviously we live in like a bubble as content creators and our little audiences and communities, and you guys hear what influencers say, etc. So who knows what the average person who doesn't consume, you know, content actually believes and thinks about Master Duel, but it just feels like nothing has been implemented into Master Duel that people really wanted, other than rated mode. That is like the one big, huge Master Duel W, admittedly, that they did, was add rated mode. People definitely did ask for that, and they made it happen. But that's about it.
Yes, that Konami's ever had. We, for the past 20-something years, never really had like a real way to play the game. I mean, there's a bunch of simulators online, but having an official one that's accessible on every single device with crossplay, I think is sick. The problem is the game never left early access. That's the best way to describe it. This game is hard stuck early access by a billion-dollar company.
We say this like every other video, right? It genuinely feels like Master Duel is in like a beta mode, and it's just, you know, got like the basic bare bone features that constitute a video game, and we're just waiting for like the full release. Like, the game literally came out in early access. The highest rank was platinum on release. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it really does seem like this game is just stuck somewhere.
Pouring pennies into the game once a week for some reason. I just don't understand. Like, it's like the bare minimum. I mean, for starters, look at cosmetics. Like, I feel like cosmetics usually will keep the lights on for a lot of these games. Like, look at Fortnite. But like with Master Duel, it drops cosmetics once every like 9 months. Like, oh yeah, here's a new mate. Next month, I can count on one hand how many.
Did you guys see the binder?
Mates that were like actually relevant.
We got the Orcus Pokedex. That was huge.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, which was part of the anniversary. It dropped Engraver. Alistair is cool, but that only applies to really me. And then no Red Eyes, no Dark Magician Girl. You don't even like focus on like the main lore you're focused on. You didn't do anything for Albaz, I don't.
You think Dark Magician Girl is like the it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh what's it called? Break in case of emergency. You know? We've got the Dark Magician Girl like break in case of emergency headquarters. Sorry, I'm focusing really hard on making like an accurate Dark Magician Girl hat here. I'm not very good at it, as you can see. But whenever like the costs of running Master Duel servers hits rock bottom, they'll make a CAD Dark Magician Girl, mate, and they'll use this as the prototype for its design.
Right? You didn't do anything for Diabellstar, for Visas, like this. Like, I feel like it's a given. It's just, why are they not just dropping constant mates and cosmetics and wallpapers that keep people?
Okay, I will say that Rhyme leading with "we need more cosmetics in Master Duel" is a crazy way to approach this. I mean, I don't disagree, but I feel like this is problem number like 17 with Master Duel in terms of order of importance, right?
Entertained, and because there's a lot of people that spend money on this, me included. But they drop these like
he would. He has a royal like Snake Eye deck. It's crazy.
Most of the time, it's some dog shit option that's part of the past. Like, cool, great. If I play the game long enough, I can get the gem turtle.
No!
My favorite, said nobody.
Whoa! What
like,
the?
Why are we doing a bare
why is the turtle getting shade?
It was an overall game. There's a lot of issues with it. As I mentioned, this game is in early access. There's only one real way to play, and that is ranked. Yeah, there's casual, but casual doesn't work. Let me tell you why. Casual, as someone who's put a lot of hours into casual, because I just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't like to be always competitive, but I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether I'm playing some of my favorite decks or I'm just testing.
Is he playing White Forest Azamina in casual? Come on, bro. Like,
I just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't like to be always competitive, but I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether I'm playing.
Okay, well, what he's saying isn't matching up with the footage that he's showing.
Because I can tell you right now, 90% of the casual experience is the second you win a coin toss, they leave. The second you go first and you play one card, they leave. The second they go first and you ash them once or they imperm, they leave. You know why? Because there's zero incentive to play casual. People are just hopping into casual as like a non-expensive.
I just want to see really quick what the first deck I queue into is.
You don't get like docked for losing. And when something doesn't go their way, they just leave. What you can easily do to fix that or remedy it a bit is make casual as a way to do dailies. Like, if people can do their dailies in casual, there's less of a reason to leave. Add like a rule that says finish a duel, you get.
I'll let him go first just to see what he's playing.
And people will play it. But right now, there's no incentive. The casual is just there to like basically test decks or watch turn one and then never get to turn two. So the only option now is left is with rank. It's a mess. Bro, Maxx C being everywhere. The card needs to go. It just has to go. Let's talk about that first.
Is that pendulum
Maxx C,
structure deck?
I'm sorry, but like you're just wrong in this one. You know why you're wrong in this one? Because everybody's like, well, the only way I can win is if I have Maxx C. Most Charmers exist. Perulia, Meowls, Fluolos, they're good cards. They're fantastic cards that will protect you when you're going second. Maxx C is broken so.
Okay, before he moves on to this next point about like, you know, we're going to be talking about the same go second issue and stuff like that. Alternative game mode is something that's mandatory, but it doesn't need to be like something super like crazy difficult to implement. You know, they've done it so many times easily with the duel trials and stuff. I just want to see what you're playing, dog. Like, what is this? Where all they need to do is just play like the duel trial rules, apply that to casual, and just implement like a super neutered like ban list or something. Because people, like he said, aren't gonna go into casual to do anything other than like either play test, or just use something that they haven't used ever and just play it for the first time. And it's almost always just going to be like some broken archetype or deck. Like the amount of times I've queued into casual, like, this is apparently a very bad experience. This is not proving my point at all. It's like someone just playing a meta deck, but like doing it badly. Or doing it like, or just learning it for the first time. All right, I don't know what's going on here. This guy's like made me look dumb. All right, whatever. Back to the video.
Because I can use it too. I think that's the one debate or argument that people don't usually understand. You realize if I go first and I set up my board, I'm gonna Maxx C you. The second it goes to you, I'm gonna Maxx C you and you just lost. I can have just a Dark Magician on the field, Maxx C you and still probably win. Like, that's how
Okay,
strong that
relax.
card is. Because if you're constantly drawing cards while you're doing some plays on top of whatever is on your board, you're not winning that duel. That card needs to go. And right now, Fuvalos, Perulia, and Meows are just a way to buff up Maxx C, because you can have all those cards in your deck. You activate it, they ash you, and then you chain Maxx C. So everybody that's like, well, there's so many counters to it. You can just do Call by the Grave. You can cross it. You can ash. Yeah, but what if
real
I
voice
play
reveal?
Fuvalos first? So I now have to think, all right, are they baiting me? Let me not ash this while I wait for the Maxx C. Oh, great. They have no Maxx C. I just died. Or I ashed the Fuvalos and they chain Maxx C. I just died. Like, the card needs to go. It's incredibly broken. And fun fact, TCG, I need you to stop cooking. TCG is who invented Maxx C a long, long time ago. And when it came out back then, the card wasn't really relevant. It wasn't really doing much. But it's like nowadays, the card is a problem. They also invented Droll. Now to think about it, they invented Mitsurugi as well. Where is the war
opponent made
criminal
me
that's coming
start.
up with these cards in the TCG side? Please
What's
stop.
going on with casual?
It's funny because TCG exclusive have either two settings. One, dog shit, or two, broken.
Two settings, dog shit or broken. Okay. The point about Maxx C, by the way, is like, oh look, Horus. Interesting. The point about Maxx C is obviously something we've hammered home 10,000 times. So there's no point in talking about this exact argument again and again and again. But when you're playing a best of one format, guess what? I know, shock horror. The best of one format is going to suffer from variance. And cards like Maxx C that demand immediate answers and floodgates, etc., they need answers. You need to immediately deal with those cards, otherwise you like lose the game on the spot, right? Discard Dark Hole. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, point proven, example made. Let's continue.
Just torn between. Anyways, Maxx C needs to go. But on top of it, there's other broken shit that needs to go. And the thing that's crazy to me is cards come out on Master Duel last. It goes OCG, TCG, and then Master Duel. There's sometimes cases where it comes out earlier. Like, I think Promethean Princess came out in Master Duel first, which I think was really cool. But for the most part, by the time these cards come out, there's enough data on both sides to know what is unfun to play against. What's a problem? What needs to be nerfed? What needs to go in the ban list locked up forever? And for some reason, despite them knowing this, they will still drop stuff full power and watch it ruin their game for 6 months.
That's not true. That's not true. They released Fiendsmith with Engraver at 2. So, no, they deal with problems. Yep.
There's no reason why Malice has been literally causing this game to decline for 6 months when they had that data already. Like, yeah, but Malice there are one. I don't care. I don't care. The deck is powerful. On top of that,
So I feel like they used to do this more like a couple years ago, but I want to say they pre-released cards at hit ratios way more often than they do now. It feels like it's been worse recently. Did Malice even have any hits on release? And they were lined up to get the Ignister cards? Tier Limit had like 5 pre-hits. Yeah, Kashtira was also one, right? Like, didn't all those cards come out at like 2? Like, wasn't Fenrir always at 1? Like, it really feels like they've kind of I mean, by the way, to be fair, of all the decks to deserve pre-hits, it was definitely Kashtira. Because that deck at full power and being meta relevant in best of one sounds miserable as hell. But I think it's crazy that they just don't do that more often. Because now what's happened with Malice is you have the opposite issue, where they hit all of the cards in Malice, didn't hit any of the power, but they brought down the consistency of it, and you're wasting a lot of ultra rares now. So I don't know if this is like a deliberate type of financial thing, but it seems really weird that Malice, what should have been pre-hits, they applied retrospectively. And I guess like they're just burning your gem, but you're not really burning your gems though, because you get the gems refunded. I guess the issue is you've burned gems in the sense you've invested in Malice, but if you don't want to play Malice anymore because it's too inconsistent for you, then you've already spent the gems on the other cards that haven't been hit. So I don't know.
With Maxx C is existing, it's insane because you're setting up your board, you're drawing a billion
TLDR,
cards,
just
and then you
make more
also want Maxx
pre-hits.
C,
I don't see why that's such a
Maxx C as
problem.
well,
Like he
'cause
said,
you can
we know what was good in TCG. We know what was good in OCG. Like, hello, Konami? Like, it's not going to change in Master Duel. It's not going to just be different in Master Duel.
play Maxx C when you control cards. Like, it's insane. Like, Appaloosa is now the only card available in the Master Duel side of the game. It's not available in TCG. It got banned in OCG. It's only available in Master Duel. And the theory that we all have is because you can't craft the alt art.
He forgot Duel Links, but I'm not gonna judge. Okay, I'm not gonna criticize.
Who cares? I pulled the Royal Finish alt art of Appaloosa, and if this card gets hit, I'm gonna say right now, I'm like, great, cool, awesome. It needs to go. It's too powerful. I don't understand why they have literally the data of what's unfun and they just don't care. And not just care, but they'll drop it at full power anyways. Sometimes they'll hit stuff.
They care? It's just like... no one can really seem to come up with a logical argument as to why. Because they're obviously not stupid, right? Like, the people designing the game who are picking the hits and the pre-hits and all that stuff, like, they're not, like, throwing darts at a board. As cynical as we want to be as gamers complaining about the people designing the game that we play, like, you don't have to agree with the logic behind it. I just want to know, like, what they're thinking. Why do you release Malice at full power? Like, what? Like, I'm trying to understand the reasoning behind why that's a good idea. Because the deck is so broken, people go and buy the deck. Seems to be the only thing that really makes sense. But surely, they can just think one step forward and be like, okay, yes, a lot of people will rush to play the new broken crazy deck, but how many people are going to quit your game because of that deck existing? Like, surely I mean, that's not really something you can quantify because it's a hypothetical, but like, that has to be a logical type of train of thought for when you think, oh, let's bring full power Malice to Master Duel. What is the benefit for us? Money, revenue, cool. People are going to buy lots of gems to get Malice? Sure. Okay, but now how many people are you losing quitting the game because Malice has been made? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Money now is better than more money later. I mean, there has to be, I mean, you know, they have numbers for this. They've been doing this for years. I'm sure there's something logical to it. It's just hard for us to really think about why this makes sense long term, at least.
Like, I know, I think when Engraver came out,
maybe that really is
automatically put to 2. I think when the cashier cards were coming out, they started hitting certain things, even though they let Diablosos live for like a couple weeks, which is still insane to me. They do sometimes hit it, but for the most part, they also don't. It's like, what do? You get tired, you leave. And also, by the way, while we're on the topic, what is it with the URs? I know I'm not one to talk because I have a bunch of Royals and I have a bunch of like decks.
It's literally his fault why Master Duel is still around in the monetized way that it is because of him. He has a full Royal deck. It's literally his fault. It's his fault.
It's full of URs. And the cool thing I will say is once you have 3 copies of like staple URs like Ash Blossom and Imperm, you can put it in every single deck. But the problem is like all these cards that are coming out, they're just filled with URs. Like, I think someone did the math. Like, Alice is like 40 URs or something like that. Not even including like all the other cards. It's insane. It's like, what are we doing? Why are we putting so many barriers behind the game so people can't play? I just don't understand.
It's very simple. It's for the average Master Duel player who has already invested into the game. Most of you here who actively play Master Duel or have played Master Duel actively for even like a couple of seasons, you've already spent your URs on all of the basics and staples that you need to play Master Duel at a competitive level, right? So when they make a new deck, it's basically worthless and completely free to play if they don't make just every card ultra. Because you don't need to, like, when the game came out, you needed to save up and maybe even spend money to craft ultra rare, Maxx C, Ash, Imperm, blah, 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 right? So when they make new decks, you already have those ultra rares. So financially, it makes sense for them to just make every new deck full ultra. It sucks if you're a new player because now you're crafting like double the ultras of like what the long-term Master Duel player has gone through in such a short span of time, which, you know, isn't very good for a new player. But I mean, again, I just want to know, and I want to try and logicize, like, why do they keep doing this method when it feels like they're going to lose people long-term to this kind of stuff, you know?
You know that's a good idea, though? Add more ways to play. Oh, wait, they don't have that either because we're still in early access. When Master Duel was first announced, I think one of the things that...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but casual wasn't on release, right? Casual mode was released after Master Duel dropped, right? So the shitty mode that basically no one uses is point 1.07 of the patch or something, right?
That excites me the most is they
We're still
promise,
waiting
like,
for
multiple
1.0
formats,
Master
multiple ways
Duel
to play,
release.
and we never really had that. Every now and then we'll get like time travel mode that lasts 3 days for some reason, as if people don't have jobs and school and work and all that stuff. But 3 days is enough, I guess. Yep, that job.
The dual trial stuff just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I do not get it. Okay, let me try and logicize it again. So the dual trial is really good because it's a very beloved format, GOAT format, Edison, etc., etc. So people rush to play within that 3-day window. So they drop what other things they're doing to try and play within that 3-day window. And because they know they don't have infinite time, like 2 weeks, like a normal festival, to just play that festival and save up gems or something like that, you have to get into the dual trial ASAP. And if you don't have all the cards you want, you have to immediately craft them, but you can't grind for them in the meantime because it's only 3 days. So you spend money on the shop and you buy gems, and then you craft a goat deck. Is that the logic? That seems to be the only... Because no one is rushing to play fucking festivals. All right? No one is like turboing through the subway system to get home and jump on their computer and swipe that credit card to craft a fusion synchro deck, right? So maybe the dual trials being actually good formats compared to the festivals is because the artificial scarcity and the FOMO created by having these very fun formats be only dual trial 3-day festivals that don't even refund you gems for winning. At least in the festivals, if you craft a deck for a festival, you can make some of it back with the rewards. You get nothing for the dual trial. You get 1 pack. So unless that 1 pack is a 1%er pack that has like 4 ultras, it's just not worth it. Hey, we randomly muted.
And you're out. You're in and out. It's like if you already have the format built into the game, just add a time travel button. Keep it simple. You can have an Edison mode, 2004 mode, and call it a day. Yeah, but then all people will do is just come across the broken decks. Who cares? Who cares? If I go into time travel mode and it's all chaos, at least I'm playing the game. If I go into Edison and I'm playing a top deck with frogs in Edison, at least I'm playing the game. I feel like if your immediate response is nobody wants to only play against chaos in GOAT, or nobody wants to play against frogs in Edison, that format is not made for you. It's made for someone else. It's made for the people.
That's not even a complaint, right? Like, oh, no one wants to play against GOAT all the time. It's like, brother in Christ, you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, what's ranked? Ranked is like, you're just playing against the meta deck anyway. So what's the difference if the meta deck is a 2004 meta deck or if it's a current format meta deck? It's the same thing, right?
People that actually enjoy those formats.
Like, you could just spit it the same way.
Being able to have the option to play. And that's why we're talking about this. It's like,
I just want something sealed and draftable, you know?
You know, it's cool when they add stuff like Dice Rally, where they will ban certain problematic cards. They don't ban everything, but they make you think differently, build the decks differently, and it becomes a lot more enjoyable. I played...
Oh, don't even start me on the festival event ban lists. So they ban Maxx C, they ban Labyrinth, they ban... sorry, not Labyrinth. I was thinking one step ahead there. D-Barrier. They ban, Droll sometimes, Apple. The most important one being Maxx. So they know what cards people don't want to play, right? So they know. But they won't do it for the main format. Literally curious, you criticize society and take part in, etc., etc. It's, I don't know.
So much of Master Duel in the past week, and it always reminds me how much I actually love Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dice Rally, because a lot of annoying cards, Maxx C specifically, are banned. It's great. And the fact that they ban these cards, they know these cards are problems. If you look at the Genesis list, they know all the cards that are problems, and they still let them run rampant. Ah! Making me yell and shit, man. Oh my god, like, you know what, we're at it, it's like the game is so complicated. If you're a new player, you can't even learn how to play the game. There's no practice mode. Well, what about solo mode? Yeah, great. Let me go ahead and just queue up my Malice deck or my Snake Eye deck or my Kashtira deck against Atem, who's running 2006 Dark Magician, and he's setting Trap Hole. Yeah, that's gonna go great. It's gonna give me the exact standard of what to expect when
Trap Hole doesn't beat Ash, true.
Like, bro, there needs to be a way to even create a lobby where you can just, like, maybe have a, like, I don't know, specific cards spawn your opponent's hand.
You know, like the basic structures and starter decks you get? Even the ones you buy in the cash shop. Where you spend 500 gems, you get, like, 1 copy of, like, a Salmon Great structure deck. I'm pretty sure Magic does this, but don't they just have, like, starter deck ladder? That could be cool, right? you can only play like a pre-made structure or loner or something. Like I feel like that's a very basic, simple way to let someone get to grips with the mechanics of Yu-Gi-Oh. Because like playing Yu-Gi-Oh is like two ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh. You got to play the game mechanically. You got to play the cards. Learning to play the cards is something that veteran players can take weeks, months to like properly learn. Imagine doing that as a new player, you know?
Like, for example, Ash, Nibiru, whatever, and then when you play, as you're doing your combos, they interrupt you. It makes
do not
you
shuffle learner
these
structure
cards.
deck though.
Right, there is no way to do that because
Yeah, I don't know what
only way
that
to
was about. I
practice
wonder how well
is to go
that
get
did.
in
I'm
both
curious.
the solo mode against Ancient Gears or Dark Magician or stuff like that. It's like, what are we
Wait,
doing?
hold on. Yeah, this is actually a crazy suggestion. You're just not allowed to craft a deck until silver. Thoughts? Like, you can only play with structure decks until, like, silver or gold. Because, think about how many Smurfs are in this game, by the way. I don't know how many times I've made a new account. I'm guilty of this as well. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't know how many times I've made a new account or, like, done, like, a masochist account. And, like, just in silver, too, it's, like, malice. It's like, why do you have this deck in the ranks designed for new players, you know? Like, how do you stop that?
I'm so happy that they spent so much time developing the AI casting thing, though. That's such a cool feature, man. Haha. Great play. Blue Eyes White Dragon attacking. Yeah, cool. We developed that.
The far side player is gaining victory.
If you're gonna at least
Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring has been sent to the graveyard.
mess with AI, at least make an AI that
Well, I thought it was a good use of money.
lets me like play against the CPU, so I can like try out new decks and actually learn my deck. But yeah, AI casting I guess is cool. I don't know. Oh my god. Imagine if this game had draft mode too. Like right now, all YouTubers, if you notice, every time we upload Master Duel to YouTube, we do not do modern because no one wants to watch modern. We have to jump through hoops. Me and Simo were talking about this a couple of months ago. You have to jump through hoops and come up with these stupid rules to play the game to keep people entertained. Because at this point, no one wants to watch basically Malice versus Ryzeal, the format. Like no one wants to watch that. It's not.
I have a great idea, guys. So we open 20 master packs. We spin a wheel for what color of t-shirt we wear. We meet up on a Thursday afternoon. And then we duel while wearing white and blue socks. And then very specifically, you can't play cards that contain more than 4 vowels. Then you spin a wheel again. And it tells...
As entertaining. Even
That's how we keep you guys entertained.
if you watch, like, even if you build strong decks, people just don't want to watch that anymore. So you have to come up with cool ways to play draft mode and all this stuff. And it's like, if this is already in the game, I feel like more people would play. But it's not. Early access, by the way. Oh my gosh, man. I feel like I can talk about this forever.
Can we get a -1 rhyme style sponsor, by the way? Like, I don't think he's ever going back to Worlds, especially after this one.
And I hate to add to the stereotype where Yu-Gi-Oh dies once a week on YouTube, which it always does on YouTube, and then bounces right back. It's not really dying. But we have numbers that Master Duel is actually just bleeding. And it's like, with the exception of them getting jumps every single February where they do something cool for like a couple weeks and it goes back to declining, it's not a good sign, man. But the thing is, like, what pisses me off is they know the answer. They know what they gotta do, what they can, and what they should do to fix this stuff. And they just don't. I don't know why. Like, it's just like, well, why are we in this vacuum of just like?
Can I give a hot take? I think Master Duel's just missed the bus. I think that it's too late. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what change they implement. I think it's too late. It's just, you know, you've lost confidence in players. People have moved on. I think the only way that it can ever recover is just you just make a new game at this point. I don't really... there's historically, very few video games that have literally just died and just came back after, like, good changes and stuff. Like, what, No Man's Sky? Is like the only thing I can think of, you know? Like, they'd have to pull a fucking No Man's Sky. Right? A Dota 2? Yeah. Do you think Master Duel has the potential to be the fucking new Dota 2? Final Fantasy 14? Like, it's not happening, man. Like, at least not with the competency that Konami has. Like, that's the only way I can ever see it, like, you know, occurring. It's happened more than you think. No, but you're naming examples when there have been literally tens of thousands of examples of it not working, right? So
We know what we're doing.
that's
We're not
different.
listening to you guys. What did the players
Master
know?
Duel
Why are we
X.
stuck in this vacuum? Right? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, man. In the comments of this video, if this actually even hit the algorithm, because Master Duel is so dead that people aren't even looking at Master Duel anymore. If it does hit the algorithm and you happen to be new here, feel free to just chime in any way you can about this. I know we're gonna get a big mix of players. You know, you're gonna get the people that hate Ash Blossom. You're gonna get the people that hate old formats. You're gonna get the people that only like GX, or that only like Edison, or that only like Playmaker doing his links. Like, you're gonna get a variety of people. But I think no matter which background you come from, on the Yu-Gi-Oh side, you are a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I think that's cool. It's every Yu-Gi-Oh player.
I'd play Cross Duel again.
The way I see it, because like, I hate that this always turns into like Yu-Gi-Oh players hating other Yu-Gi-Oh players.
These aren't from Japanese companies, don't listen. Actually, Final Fantasy is like one of the biggest examples of a reborn game that did really well, and that's a Japanese company.
Yeah, because Dark Magician is cool. It was a cool part of my childhood, man. Like, sorry if I enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh growing up.
Is this a little bit of an outro rant now?
Drytron when the game comes out, like it's not my style of playing games, you know?
Don't forget, this game released with VFD and Drytron format.
But I played...
And it survived for years. So... how?
Strong stuff too. You know, I'm a big fan of Snake Eyes, which is kind of crazy. You know, I'm a fan of, like, you know, even Shining Sarcophagus. I think is a cool deck. The deck sucks, but like, I'm a fan of all pieces of Yu-Gi-Oh in the past 25 years.
And just people might think like, oh, Rhyme and stuff are just like big ultra casual noobs or something. Like, they're not. Like, he plays Snake Eye. Like, he loves that deck, and that deck is like the biggest top tier meta threat in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh that you could ever think of, right? It is up there as one of the legendary Hall of Fame broken decks in the game, right? So to say that, like, you know, this is just like a casual noob take, it's not. Like, there are people who enjoy different types of the game and stuff, which is kind of crazy. I don't understand how he likes Snake Eye. But this game, like, encompasses a lot of different strategies, playstyles, and just quirks that people really enjoy, you know?
So anybody that, like, wants to just chime in, by all means, go for it.
Konami was trying their hardest to kill this game. I'm surprised it's still alive.
And why you're not coming back.
Well,
I know you're not coming back. And no matter what they change, tell me why you're not coming back. Because all this kind of feedback, if it exists somewhere, they can see, like, hey.
Okay, I think we got a bit of an outro here. Let's check out some of the comments. Blows my mind how incompetent these companies are when it comes to managing. If everyone quits, I'll be automatically title king of games. As a free-to-play, it's really hard to experiment and test new decks that aren't meta because it's hard to acquire the URs and SRs. I have to make meta deck for the sole purpose of grinding free gems, but those decks get nerfed to require the attention that was going something like Predator Plants or Sacred Beast. Do you want to know, like, a really, really terrible example of this? Was the... Because I wanted to try this deck. And look at this shit. The Dragon Ruler deck is fully ultra. Now, admittedly, it's the old Dragon Rulers that are taking up a lot of the ultra slots. But we have seen them retrospectively buff rarities, right? Invoked Alistair is the biggest example. You'd think like a casual fun deck like Dragon Ruler, they could maybe bump down some of those rarities, you know? Even just like new fun dumb decks don't even have like an incentive to like play. It's like, why am I going to play this bad deck if I need to craft these like crappy cards that no one actually is going to buy, right? It's like they're trying to milk like a small number of people. It's like Konami has a model, because it's a gacha game, where they expect their money to come from all of the, what is it called? The whales. It's like the whales are the people who have to carry this game, rather than like the average consumer who like sees something cool and be like, maybe I'll spend $10 this month. I'll buy like this deck. I'll get this cosmetic. It's like they seem to cater the game around the people who spend like hundreds and hundreds per set or something. I quit because we used to wait about 2 minutes for a turn, and now it's 5 minutes. Okay, buddy. I'm sorry. Like, Master Duel release was the same as today. What is this guy yapping about? You ever seen a fully optimized Drytron combo? What are you talking about? I started Digimon TCG and my mental health jumped dramatically. Yeah, but then you have to play Digimon. There's the theory that Konami of America, which seems to be the ones who made Genesis, understand the game. They do know what's broken, understand what players want, but Konami of Japan, the main headquarters, don't care and won't budge when it comes to the TCG Master Duel banlist. They have full control over those in Konami in America, and they can't do anything about it, so they made Genesis so that they could actually do something at least. I also feel like people on the OCG side love the game way more and don't see it as problematic for the rest of us. Probably another reason why they treat the game differently. Well, I'm not going to comment on that for legal reasons. I didn't quit playing because of a Master Duel problem. I quit because of a Yu-Gi-Oh problem. See, inherently, like, a lot of people do probably need to just sit back and be like, you know what? Maybe you just don't like the game. Because there's only so much you can fix. You can't, unfortunately, relive memories. You can't play Yu-Gi-Oh like you did as a kid with a rubber band and a bunch of funny cards that you thought were cool and looked good. You can never experience that again. So that's not really what people are asking for, however. It's just trying to recapture a little bit of like interactive gameplay that goes beyond like this best of one floodgate hand trap war Maxx C freaking centerpiece high variance best of one nonsense. Pretty much is the TLDR. Anyway, I thought Rhyme's video was I mean, it was fine, right? There was nothing really to say. It's just like more frustration, more pressure on the company. Hopefully they fucking do something about it finally, because everyone is sick and tired of Master Duel just sitting on its ass halfway through early access, and they just won't make the game do anything. So yeah, keep pressuring them. Maybe we'll get a good game, guys.